Careful, Cancer. If you've ever felt like you were too emotional, too soft, or like you were somehow born with a heart that aged faster than your body, the truth I'm about to share with you might crack something wide open. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You were chosen by the moon herself to carry an ancient frequency into this world. A gift, a calling, a sacred ability that most people have forgotten how to hold. Because you don't just feel things, you absorb them, translate them, heal through them. Every tear you've ever cried carried light. Every moment you felt too much, too deep, too soon, too intensely, was actually a signal that you've always been tuned into something higher, something divine. And if you found this video, I want you to know, this is not an accident. This is a soul summons, a gentle nudge from the universe saying, you're ready now, ready to come home to who you truly are. Because Cancer, you're not just a water sign. You are the water. You are the memory. You are the tide that turns under moonlight, silently shaping the shoreline while no one's watching. While the world rushes, you remember. While others avoid emotion, you become it. You are the feeling people don't know how to name, but never forget. They've misunderstood you, called you moody, too sensitive, too nostalgic. But they couldn't see what I see. A soul with ancient eyes, a protector in human form, a portal between this world and something softer, wiser, sacred. And in 2025, that portal, your portal, is beginning to open. That's why you're here. Because love, abundance, and healing are aligning, not by chance, but because your energy is finally ready to receive them. The question is, will you answer the call? So before we begin, I invite you to do something simple but sacred. Slow down. Make yourself a cup of tea or coffee. Wrap up in your favorite blanket. Breathe. Because this isn't just another video. This is a remembering. A soul transmission for the Cancer within you, whether it's your sun, your moon, or just the part of you that feels it all and keeps going anyway. And at the end of this video, I'll share with you a powerful ritual designed specifically for Cancer in 2025, a practice to attract heart-aligned love, intuitive wealth, and the inner peace you've always craved. But for now, I want to ask you one thing. What if every tear you've ever shed was actually training your soul to become someone the world would one day need? If that speaks to something deep inside you, leave a comment below and type, I am Cancer, and I was born to feel and to heal. Like this video, if your heart already feels seen. Subscribe if you know you've just stepped into something real, because what comes next could change everything. Are you ready? Let's begin. They say logic makes sense, but for Cancer, feeling makes truth. You don't walk through life with a map. You navigate by pulse, by gut, by the subtle shifts in energy most people are too busy to notice, and it's not always easy because this world often rewards what's loud, fast, and easily explained. But Cancer, you were never here to move fast. You were born to move true. You are ruled by the moon, the celestial body that doesn't shine with its own light, but reflects the sun's fire in its own timing, its own rhythm, its own quiet power. And just like the moon, you mirror emotions. You hold space. You carry the tide of everyone else's unspoken feelings in your chest, and still find a way to smile through it. That is not weakness. That is spiritual mastery. You are the soul who stays up while others sleep, wondering if the people you love are really okay. You're the one who walks into a room and knows instantly who's pretending to be happy and who's breaking on the inside. You're not guessing. You're reading. Reading energy like sacred scripture. Reading pauses, glances, silences, as if they were written just for you. Most people look for signs. Cancer feels them. You see, Cancer doesn't chase spotlight because they don't need to be seen to shine. They are the emotional keepers, the quiet protectors, the heart of the room that no one realizes is holding everyone together until they leave. And when they do, the whole room feels colder. You are the one who cooks when no one's eating, who texts when no one's talking, who stays, even when no one knows how to ask you to. Not because you're trying to prove your worth, but because your worth is woven into your ability to care, to intuit, to stay soft, in a world that keeps telling you to harden. Cancer. You don't live by logic, you live by soul, and sometimes that very soul saves lives, because your presence isn't loud, it's healing. It's that quiet reassurance that says, you're not alone, without needing to speak a word. And in 2025, as the world spins faster, harder, more disconnected, your ability to feel deeply will become the most powerful compass of all. So if you've ever wondered why you sense things before they happen, why you just know when someone's energy shifts, why you feel tired after being around certain people, it's because your heart is a radar, a translator, a portal. And guess what? The universe designed it that way on purpose. You've cried before, haven't you, Cancer? Not always because something tragic happened, not always because someone hurt you, but because something inside you stirred, cracked open, and released a sadness that had no name, a grief that didn't begin with you, a memory that didn't come from this lifetime. No one ever told you this, but it's time you knew. Your tears are not ordinary. They are sacred signals. They are your soul's language. They are the way the universe speaks through you, cleansing not just your heart, but the emotional weight of generations. You don't just cry for yourself. You cry for the ones who never learned how, for the ancestors who were never allowed to feel, for the lovers who numbed themselves, for the friends who smiled when they were falling apart. You are the emotional anchor, the sacred vessel, the one who absorbs the energy others try to outrun and turns it into light. That's why you can walk into a room and suddenly feel heavy without knowing why. That's why you sometimes wake up with your heart aching, even though your life seems okay. That's why a song, a sunset, a stranger's eyes can bring you to tears, because your soul remembers, because your energy is wide open, because your empathy is a gift most of the world has forgotten how to receive. And in 2025, that gift is not something to hide. It's something to honor. The moon, your ruler, your mirror, your guardian, is activating a deeper calling within you, a remembering, a soft, powerful return to your original role on earth, to feel what others won't, to transform pain into compassion, emotion into alchemy. You don't need to explain it. You don't need permission to feel deeply. You were born with this sensitivity for a reason. It's not your flaw. It's your sacred technology. And the more you embrace it, the more you awaken the true power of your soul. So if you've ever cried without knowing why, if you've ever broken down in silence and thought, "What's wrong with me?" I want you to know, nothing is wrong. You're just tuned in to the truth beneath the noise. You are the storm's eye, the pulse beneath the chaos. You are the healer disguised as the sensitive one. And every tear you've shed was a message, a remembering, a release. If that truth stirs something deep within you, then stay with me. Because next, we're stepping into one of the most soul-altering aspects of being a Cancer, the way you love, not with fear, not with conditions, but with the kind of tenderness that could melt lifetimes of pain. Don't go anywhere. What comes next is the heartbeat of your destiny. Love, to Cancer, is not a transaction. It's not a strategy. It's not a way to fill a void. Love, to Cancer, is a sacred assignment, a mission written in the soul long before this life began. You don't love because you're lonely. You love because something inside you recognizes home in another person. You love like you were built to hold the weight of someone else's story, even the parts they're too afraid to share. You don't just give affection, you offer refuge. Your arms are not just for holding, they are shelter, and the world may not understand it. They may call it too much. They may wonder why you keep believing, even after being broken. But that's the thing. You don't love with logic. You love with memory, with soul recognition, with a knowing that says, I've met you before, and I will hold you again. When you love someone, Cancer, it's not performative, it's protective. You become the invisible wall that shields them from the harshness of the world. You cook for them not because it's expected, but because nourishment is your language. You remember the little things not to impress, but because every detail is sacred to you. And even if you've been hurt, even if you've been betrayed, abandoned, misunderstood, something inside you refuses to give up on love, because you are love. Not the kind that needs grand declarations or fireworks, but the kind that waits at the door, that listens in silence, that stays through the storm. It's not that you're naive, it's that your heart was built to hold duality, to feel the pain and still choose hope, to know how fragile people can be and still say, come as you are. You are the keeper of emotional sanctuary. And when someone is loved by you, they know what it means to be seen completely and still chosen. You don't ask for perfection. You ask for presence. You don't need someone to fix you. You just want someone who won't run when the waves get high, because you know how to swim. You've been swimming through other people's emotions your entire life. So if you've ever felt like your softness was overlooked, like your loyalty was taken for granted, I want to tell you, real love sees you. Real love values the quiet things, the consistency, the gentleness. And in 2025, the universe is aligning to bring you connections that are worthy of your soul, not just your time. Don't shrink your heart to fit into spaces too small for your spirit. Don't apologize for how deeply you care. That is your essence. That is your superpower. And someone out there is praying for the very kind of love you've been giving in silence. If this resonates with you, if you've ever loved someone so deeply they didn't even realize you were healing them, leave a comment and speak it into the universe. I love with all the softness I have, and I still believe in real love. R. Card. Prum. Card. R. Because your belief is magnetic, and what's meant for you will always find its way back, especially when your heart is open and ready. What's next will take us even deeper into the realm of abundance, but not the kind that comes from chasing, the kind that comes from flowing. Stay with me, Cancer. Your energy is about to call in more than you imagined. Wealth doesn't chase Cancer, and Cancer doesn't chase wealth. It's not in your nature to scramble, compete, or perform for success. You were never meant to hustle in the way the world defines it, because for you, true abundance doesn't come from the noise. It comes from stillness, from alignment, from feeling safe, seen, and completely yourself. When you are emotionally nourished, when your inner world is calm and your heart is honored, money begins to flow quietly, consistently, and almost magically, not because you tried harder, but because you finally stopped betraying yourself just to belong. Cancer, your most magnetic state is wholeness. When you're rooted in emotional safety, you radiate a frequency that wealth can't ignore. You attract not by force, but by essence, by the way you make people feel, by the spaces you create, the peace you embody, the energy you hold. Your success is never loud. It's felt. It's sensed in your aura, in the way people feel calm around you, in the soft confidence you carry, without needing to prove anything. Your intuition is your compass. And unlike most, you actually listen to it. You know when to wait, when to rest, and when to rise. You may not explain your decisions in spreadsheets or pitch decks, but time and time again, your gut has been right. You've walked away from what looked good on paper because it didn't feel true, and you've stepped into opportunities no one else understood, and somehow they led to exactly where you were meant to be. In 2025, this intuitive abundance will become more potent than ever. But there's one secret, Cancer. It only flows when you protect your energy, when you stop leaking time and emotion into people who drain you, when you say no to what doesn't nourish your soul, when you stop making yourself small to make others comfortable. The moment you build emotional boundaries with clarity, not guilt, the floodgates open. Money, peace, miracles, all of it comes, because the universe responds to clarity. And when your energy says, "I am whole," the world brings you more that reflects that truth. So no, you don't need to chase success. You don't need to shout your worth. You don't need to sacrifice softness for survival. You are abundance, in your presence, in your peace. In the invisible way, you shift the room just by being in it. If this part of you is awakening the part that's done performing, done proving, done exhausting yourself for recognition, then speak this into the universe as your affirmation. I don't need to chase success. My energy is enough to attract abundance. Stay close. Because what comes next isn't just about attracting from the outside. It's about reclaiming your power within. And that, Cancer, is your quiet revolution. In a world spinning faster each day, where logic is prized over feeling, and productivity is often chosen over presence, Cancer quietly holds something the world has nearly forgotten: the fire of humanity. While others rush to build, to win, to lead with sharp minds, you, Cancer, have been holding something softer, something deeper, something sacred. You hold the emotional heartbeat of this era. You are the keeper of the fire, not the kind that burns with ambition, but the kind that warms when everything feels cold. You bring people back to themselves. You make them feel human again. And in 2025, the universe isn't asking you to hide that gift anymore. It's calling you to lead with it. Yes, Cancer. This is the year you are called to step forward, not just as a listener, not just as the one who understands, but as the anchor for a world that is unraveling emotionally. Families will need you. Communities will seek you. Careers will shift to place your intuitive leadership at the center. And not because you're loud, not because you're trying, but because your presence heals. People will start to come to you more often. They'll share their secrets, their regrets, their silent aches. Some will cry in front of you and not even know why. Others will say things like, "I don't know why I feel safe with you." And it's because you are holding space quietly, consistently, invisibly, for the collective soul to remember itself. This isn't just a talent. This is your assignment. Cancer, you were born not to dominate the world, but to restore it. Not through force, through feeling, through empathy, through your ability to sit with discomfort without turning away. You've been preparing for this role your whole life. Every tear, every heartbreak, every quiet moment you thought no one noticed was shaping you into exactly who we need now. And here's the part most people miss. Your emotional clarity is not weakness. It's leadership. Your sensitivity isn't a burden. It's your compass. Your boundaries are not walls. They are sacred gates. And when you own this, Cancer, you don't just support healing. You lead it. So if lately you've felt more people coming to you for advice, comfort, or just silence, it's not random. It's a sign. You're becoming the soul center of your circles, the safe haven in a world that feels anything but. Let this be your confirmation. You're not just there for people. You're helping rebuild humanity from the inside out. And if that resonates, if your heart has always whispered, "I'm here to help," just not in the usual way, then trust it. The universe placed you exactly where you are, with a reason only your energy understands. Don't go anywhere, because in the final part of this journey, we'll unlock the cosmic message that has been waiting for you beneath all the roles, all the responsibilities, and all the quiet resilience. What if you were never here to blend in, but to bring us home? If your heart stirred even just a little during this journey, if something soft inside you whispered, "This is me," then know this was never just a video. This was a soul transmission, a sacred remembering, a quiet nudge from the universe that your softness was never your weakness. It was always your strength. Cancer, you are not invisible. You are not too sensitive. You are the ancient soul walking among us, carrying the light of lifetimes within your chest. You were born to feel deeply, to hold space without needing recognition, to protect without needing praise. You were born to nurture, to lead with love, and to restore the world one quiet act of compassion at a time. In a world that so often forgets how to feel, you are the reminder. And in 2025, that sacred mission is awakening stronger than ever. So what does this mean for your real life? It means this: you no longer have to chase what's meant for you. You no longer have to explain your tenderness. You no longer have to dim your light just to fit into a world that glorifies the loud. Your energy is your magnet. Your emotions are your compass. Your care is your power. Here's something you can do to anchor this shift. Tonight, under the moonlight, write down 3 things you're afraid to lose. Burn that paper safely, and as the smoke rises, say softly, "I am safe. I am whole. I am the keeper of the fire." This is your Cancer ritual for 2025. Simple, sacred, powerful, because intention is everything, and your energy moves mountains. If you feel seen in this moment, if your spirit feels just a little more understood, please take a second to like this video. It helps this message reach other souls like you, quiet givers, deep feelers, emotional anchors of this world. Subscribe if you're ready to step into your next chapter with grace, with clarity, and with the guidance you deserve. And if this video truly resonated with you, I invite you to leave a comment that anchors this truth into the cosmos. I am Cancer, and I was chosen to heal the world through gentleness. Let this comment be your soft yes to the universe. Also, if you'd like to support the heart-centered energy of this channel and help us continue to share messages of hope and healing around the world, please consider using the Super Thanks feature. Your kindness makes more magic possible and spreads the light even further. Don't forget to check the description box. There's a small but powerful gift waiting for you there, designed to help you reconnect with your divine rhythm and higher self. And this is only the beginning. In our next video, we'll unlock the hidden cycles of the moon and how they guide Cancer through emotional breakthroughs, intuitive awakenings, and even soulmate alignment. You won't want to miss it, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Before we go, I want to hear from you. What kind of energy are you ready to call in this season? What would you love to see us explore next? Soul purpose, love, wealth rituals, karmic healing? Tell us in the comments so we can serve you in the deepest, most meaningful way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting your soul be seen. And always remember, you deserve love that feels safe, abundance that flows with ease, and a life that honors the truth of who you are. You are not too much. You are just in a world that hasn't fully remembered how sacred softness can be. I'll meet you again in the next video. Until then, stay gentle, stay grounded, and never forget, the world heals when you do.